Hello everyone and welcome back to the Halo 2 Ultimate Campaign Tweaks mod walkthrough. This is the mission Regret, and as you can see already, there are some obvious changes to this mission right off the bat. We have far more human allies helping us, including some ODSTs, and also some Marines that spawn with Covenant weapons, namely the Carbine. This was probably one of the changes that I was most proud of in this entire mod, because I think as a kid, Regret was one of the missions that I played the most. You know, I loved the different environments and the different encounters, but it always really annoyed me that you only get two Marines at a time to help you through this mission. So you start off here with far more, and obviously on lower difficulties, it's easier to keep them alive than it is on Heroic, which is what I'm playing on, but I'll try my best, and you'll see if I do manage to keep them all alive by the time we get to the gondola section, and also the elevator through the underwater segment. It gets quite exciting. I have also changed some of the Covenant weapons as well. They're mostly the same for this starting section. To be honest, Regret, another reason why I liked playing it as a kid is that it already had quite a wide variety of different weapons for the elites, kind of like Delta Halo. It seems like the developers were a little, maybe they focused more on this mission, or maybe they just made the creative decision to have more variety of the Covenant weapons, but you see more elites with needlers, elites with energy swords, elites with carbines, you know, rather than just the standard plasma rifle. But I have made some changes, as you'll see. So we move through this section here. Oh dear, there we go. There we go. Switching to anniversary graphics, the first time on each time I load this up is getting more and more laggy. But I think that's my computer rather than the actual mod itself. Because even without the mods installed, my PC does have a bit of trouble actually running the game on anniversary graphics, but I like to switch every so often just to show some of the environments, because as much as I love Halo 2 Classic, the anniversary version does improve on a lot of things, visually speaking. I'll always love the look of Halo 2 Classic, but you know, you can't really say no to that incredible vista there. That isn't Halo 2 Vista, by the way, which is an abomination. Although admittedly, it was on Halo 2 Vista that I first started to learn how to actually mod the game, so I suppose, even though it might have been a bit of a misstep, it did at least serve a purpose in that sense. Uh-oh. See, the Marines are very capable,
Cortana,
especially on Heroic.
I don't want to give away my position, so I'm rerouting a few stragglers back to you. I apologize. These Pelicans are all the support you're gonna get.
I'm interested to know if that Marine with the carbine died
Understood,
there, actually. It did seem to be in a bit of a pickle. I don't see him. I think he might be done for. I've also diversified the allies that you get from the Pelicans, but you don't get those allies unless all of your allies are currently dead, or if you only have one left, you'll get one. So far, I've been unable to actually you know, force the Pelican to drop the allies. It seems like it just detects how many you have, and it'll only drop new allies if you're running low. But if I do figure out how to change that, then I will in a future update. So you can see there was an elite dual-wielding plasma pistols, which is different. Now, because this is a movable object, all of the AI will assume their Halo Combat Evolved death poses when killed. Now we have some drones here. Interestingly, depending on where you stand, your allies will move around to follow. So if I move over here, they should all go on the bottom deck.
That's the way to do it, baby.
But it is great having multiple allies here. Far better than the original game, as far as I'm concerned.
Either built this way on purpose or was created by some other cataclysmic event. I'm sorry. Were you trying to kill something?
So I've changed some of the elite weapon spawns here. So you can rely on your Marines more to actually, well, they've got your back really. On Heroic that is the case, but the fact there's more of them, it just makes them more dependable. And obviously you can take losses and still carry on, which is one of the best things about this, because when I played this game when I was young, I was kind of you know, I'd play it in such a way that if I lost Marines, I'd revert to the checkpoint, because there were so few ways of actually getting them back once they were dead. But the fact that there's more, it just makes it less of an issue. There we go. So, then that's interesting. I wonder. See, I've never had that happen before. Do you see? There's sort of. It's like there's a blood splatter on nothing. Seems like every time I play this game, even to this day, I still find new things. For some reason, I went to active camouflage there as if I was the Arbiter. Oh, if only it had actually worked.
Take 5 seconds, people. I can make it 2. How we doing, Marine?
Look good, feel good. Eyes on, boys.
Another thing I've done in this mod that I think is quite important is I've increased the number of female Marines that can spawn, because it seems like unless you got really lucky with the spawns of Marines in Halo 2, female Marines were quite rare, and having more than one female Marine at once was exceptionally rare. So I've just tried to make it so that they spawn more often. So yeah, I've changed some of the drone weapons here. The plasma rifle drone is a favourite of
now I
mine.
see. There's a submerged section that connects these towers to the outlying structures. Looks like we're going down. Unless you prefer to swim.
Full car coming up.
One of the jackals there has a plasma rifle. Plasma rifle jackals in the original game were only found on Delta Halo, but I've added a fair few throughout the game. Now that I've got all these guys in here, I can take stock of what weapons they have. So, probably sniper rifles possibly won't be as helpful in the indoor sections, but we'll see how it goes. Of course, there are no living ODSTs in this level on the original game, so I'm quite glad that I was able to add these as well. It just makes it more fun. A bit of variety, a bit of diversity. Because if you've been playing Halo 2 for a long time, you might want to download this mod because it just makes the game, you know, it adds a few surprises, and just makes it a bit more fun to play.
Apparently,
I know I find it odd
when he
playing
attacked
the
Earth.
original
He's
campaign now
asking
after
the other
playing my
prophets
own
to
mods for
forgive his
so
premature
long.
arrival, arguing that no human presence was foretold. That explains why there were so few ships in his fleet. But it's odd a prophet would have such bad intel about his enemies.
It's bizarre how much better the this section is compared to classic graphics. I don't know if it was a problem with the lighting or the modelling, but it seems like the intention was to have these ruins there because they are rendered, as you can see, but, well, as you can't see, I should say, because in classic graphics they're just really hard to see, whereas in Anniversary they've made them look a lot better. Okay, here we are. Nearly out of ammo for the battle rifle. Aha!
Do this again and I won't kill you myself.
It's bizarre the change here. And you can even see fish, which are there in classic graphics. I suppose they're fairly easy to spot against the background, but Anniversary just makes them look that bit more real. Now again, this is one of my favourite locations in all of Halo. This underwater section. Now, one of the changes that I've made in this large sort of cathedral area here is I've tried to reduce the number of sniper jackals because I found it quite ridiculous that there's such a huge number. So I've given some of the sniper jackals needlers instead, just to make it a bit more manageable. But as you can see, it is still difficult. Let's try that again. This time, I'll take out the honor guard first. There we go. Whew. Oh dear. Oh, come on.
Target down. Got another contact.
Reducing the number of sniper jackals here is also useful for actually keeping your marines alive, because it's in the original version of this level, it's usually around here that all of your marines get slaughtered. Well, all two of your marines get slaughtered by the combination of honor guards with energy swords, sniper jackals, and the two hunters that spawn when you reach the far side. Oh, blimey, 2 honor guards with swords? There we go. And there's the hunters. Trade one villain for another. Flippin' heck. Blimey. Oh dear. See, I'm only playing on heroic. Legendary's even harder. No, go away. See, I want to stay behind cover, but I also don't want to leave it all to my Marines because... I don't know why, but I find it easier to kill hunters on classic graphics. There we go. See, so there are still some sniper jackals. It just seems like these guys have all dropped their guns. Oh dear. I think this is the most deaths in one section that I've had in this walkthrough so far. Which is ironic considering it's one of my favourite parts of the game. I should have shot there instead of grenading. So I'm technically cheating with the Sputnik skull there because I'm using the fact that when you hit enemies with the Sputnik skull, when you melee them with the skull enabled, it makes them turn around. Which, you know, technically it's cheating with them. Oh dear. Dead ODST there. Where is he? There we go. So, hopefully some of my Marines, so we have one there, 2, 4 survives. That's not bad for heroic really. It's also interesting that this area is flooded.
Hey, Piggy!
Because it makes me wonder, this area being flooded, has it sprung a tiny leak and it's been flooding over the course of thousands of years? Or is the flood recent? You know, when the Covenant arrived, did they accidentally break something? In which case, will the entire area soon be submerged in water, which would be a shame, because it is very nice.
That's it. We got him.
I think I'll...
How are you, soldier?
I've had tougher cramps.
So we only have 3 here, and I thought there were 4. I thought I saw 4 on the minimap. I'm not sure if that's... Yes, there is definitely another one. Oh! Strange. See, again, that is possibly why the developers did choose to limit the number of AI on these missions, because of the fact that the pathfinding sometimes breaks. But if if you're willing to go back and check on them and just make sure that you have all the missions, it shouldn't be a problem. Because see, there we go. Now she's following. Now they should just automatically climb into this. Let's wait and see what happens. Excellent, excellent. So we did lose a few there. But we have to press on.
Sir, right behind you. Yes, sir?
Regret's carrier just received a response from High Charity. A very well-encrypted message from the Prophet of Truth. Listen to this. Your haste has jeopardized the fulfillment of our covenant, threatened our grand design. That you shall be spared a public display of our contempt is thanks only to Mercy and his wise counsel. Truth, mercy,
It's such a
regret.
wonderful scene. The
Read
music,
Prophet Hira.
the setting,
Will
everything.
regret should shake up
Despite the
the
fact that there's basically
And
nothing
frankly,
going
it
on
sounds like you
here,
might
and
be
there's no
doing truth
combat,
a
and there's no
favor.
way you can even really war, it's still one of my favourite moments in the whole game. And the anniversary mode does make it that little bit better. You can actually see what's going on. Anyway, break time's over. Back to the fight. So here's another change. An Honor Guard Ultra.
Hey, listen.
And I've also changed the weapon spawns of these ones here.
Where's the foreman?
None of them gets away, you hear me?
So unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to make it so that the Honor Guard Ultra had his helmet, because it's sort of... It's interesting, really. You only see Honor Guard Ultras wearing helmets very briefly in one cutscene, and it's actually taking off the helmet when you see it. And the helmet is just the helmet of a regular Honor Guard. They never actually rendered a real Honor Guard Ultra helmet. So all the Honor Guard Ultras, the bodies that you see in the game, and all the ones that I've added to the game with these mods, they're all helmetless, which is unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. It was either deal with the helmetless Honor Guard Ultras or just not have any Honor Guard Ultras at all. So I opted to go for the more interesting approach and just keep them in, but on the caveat that they have no helmet. I think I need to be a bit more aggressive in this section. I do have an energy sword, so I should be able... Another dual-wielding elite there.
This is my last run, Chief. I'm nearly out of fuel. We secured the first tower cluster, so I'll set down there. Call when you're ready for evac.
So we're approaching the end now. There's Regret's Temple. It's just one last gondola section before we get there.
We did good.
Where are the other Marines? Well, there's none in the Pelican, so... Wait a second. What are you guys doing? Oh, I just decided to have a quick break. Sniper rifles might have come in handy in that section, but I guess they were just chilling. See, it is interesting. I wonder what it was that made them not want to follow before. Now they do. Is it just the fact that maybe I went too fast with that route? Now that's interesting.
Every member of the
I've-
Covenant shall walk the path.
I've never had that happen before. Anyone who can explain what the heck just happened, please do, because I'm at a loss. I'm not having that. I will get these Marines to follow, if it's the last thing I do. These things are deadly? Why didn't the Covenant just use these as weapons?
All right.
Okay, a bit strange, but... There we go. Very odd. Anyway, enough the quirks of why Halo 2 is strange. Or maybe not. So I've replaced those beam rifles that the Jackals are holding with carbines in the hope that they would
Hostiles
be
below us.
a little less deadly, but it seems like that isn't the case. In all my testing of this mission, I've never had so much difficulty with this section. I suppose it had to happen sometime. I need... You know what I need? I need a sniper rifle. That's what I need. Where are you?
You could have at least kissed me first.
I don't think so, NPC.
Glorimus Maximus
Nothing.
Assimus Uimus! You trying to rile him up?
There you go.
That was incredible.
Now you're on my good side. Charmer.
Right, well the advantage of that nonsense is now there should be a fair bit of carbine ammo lying around. I gotta wonder how the Marines can just sit there in amongst all the phantom fire and yet the chief is the one who's vulnerable to it. It's even worse on Legendary when the Marines are stronger than the chief. Blimey. Gonna be here all day at this rate.
What am I supposed to do with this? Are you sure, Chief? Thanks.
There we go. Hopefully I can get a better position here.
Watch yourself.
A little confusing, but effective.
That's all they got. Come on, boys.
There we go. It was relatively painless. Although, did lose poor ODST. That was our last one as well. Ah well. Any of the Marines that follow us into Regret's chamber end up being killed anyway. Even if they don't die in gameplay, you know, they presumably die because they're not present in the cutscene. Is that it? Just two? We lose a Carbine Marine as well. Possibly, down by those blood splatters over there. Well, yeah. How unfortunate. Well, onwards and acrosswards. Onto the gondola we go. See, if we'd have only had the 2 Marines in the first place, they would have been doing this alone. So there are still a couple more changes before the end of this mission.
So good. We're approaching the main temple now. Roger that. I'm as close to the library as I can get. There's some sort of barrier. We're trying to find a way around it. I'll keep you posted.
I might have just signed her death warrant by giving her that rocket launcher. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, come over here. Don't stand in front of anything that might... Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't know. It's scaring me. Don't shoot it when you're on the incline. So I've changed the ranger weapons here. So they now... He dual wields a needler and a plasma rifle. And he dual wields 2 plasma pistols, or rather they did dual wield them, now they are dead. Usually these guys run down in time with the music. I do... Sometimes it doesn't quite sync up, but we'll see. Okay, she's reasonably handy with that rocket launcher. I spoke too soon. I knew it. Not only did it sign my death warrant, but hers as well. I don't trust you with that anymore. Don't complain. Oh dear. You got to laugh, haven't you? I do respect the Halo 2 AI, but they are not without their limitations. Let's just put it that way. Now,
Contact!
is that all of them? Looks like, yeah.
That's the largest Covenant fleet I've ever
Here
seen.
comes High Charity.
Most anyone's ever seen.
It's brilliant.
Get inside the temple, and you'll regret before it can stop us.
So, we're in the end game now. He is no more.
The Covenant fleet has launched multiple waves of phantoms. Too many for me to track. We don't have much time.
Uh-oh.
There are honor guards all over this place. Watch your back.
So I've changed, Regret now has guard grunts that wield, they wield plasma rifles. You can see in anniversary graphics they are the Spec Ops Ultra variety. Oh! Did a grunt kill me there? That's embarrassing. There they are. Plasma rifle grunts. On Legendary, these are a nightmare, but as they should be. This is a boss fight after all.
Where's the target? Take him out.
Fight the inevitable no longer.
Okay, I'll try and do a sneaky route.
Remove this vermin from my sight.
There's the target. Take him out.
Don't have many bullets left in my battle rifle. Oh dear. At least I got a checkpoint there. See, this is where saving the Marines early on does actually come in quite handy, because for nothing else other than the fact that they draw fire away from you. No!
I'll finish myself.
Come on, you, get here. Come on. No. Blimey. So you see, this is somewhat of a challenge, but it is a boss fight. It should be a challenge.
That's the way.
I mean, it's enough of a challenge on the original game. Where are you, Regret? Get here! There we go. He's dead. And now these, just like in the original game, the guards just kind of stop caring once you've killed Regret. They're like, yep, you can kill me, that's fine. Well, thanks for watching. This was Regret. The next mission that we have is Sacred Icon, where things really start to get interesting. If you want to download this mod, the link is in the description. And I will see you next time.